favorite network of mine that I really have a lot of respect for. That doesn't always treat me so great, by the way. They could do better. But at least they're fair. And I was watching, and I heard the story of an incredible, unbelievable young woman who was battling rare bone cancer. They made a mistake. A doctor or a hospital made a mistake. She called it it was a medical error. Her name is Natalie Harp, and she lit up the television screen like very few people I've ever seen do it. And she talked about how they were preparing her for death. And because of Right to Try, she's now living and I think doing phenomenally well. And somebody said she's here. Are you here, Natalie? Where's Natalie? Will you come up here, please? Come up, Natalie.
Thank you, Mr. President. You know, we all know the story about the Good Samaritan, but what you don't know is I was that forgotten person on the side of the road, the victim of medical error, the number 3 cause of death under the previous administration, and left to die of cancer. First, the medical establishment, they came by and they saw me there, so they wrote prescriptions for opioids, and they walked on. Next, the political establishment, they saw me there. And they stopped just long enough to come over and tell me how to die, how to speed up my death so I could somehow die with dignity. But then an outsider, my Good Samaritan, President Donald J. Trump, he saw me there and he didn't walk by, he stopped. And for every single one of us, he gave up his own quality of life so we could live and work and fight with dignity, because he believes in survival of the fighters, not the fittest. And so, Mr. President, I have to say you have made a lot of promises to us, and you have kept every one of them. So now we're going to make you this promise. Just as you fought for us, forgotten America will never forget how you saw us on the side of the road, and you walked over, and you picked us up, and you made us great again. And now we're going to fight for you, Mr. President. God bless you.
This clip has been circulating for a while, and if you haven't seen it, I'm so glad you just did. It says so many things. First of all, Right to Try. Shout out to Jim Worthington at the NAC. Big part of this endeavor to let people try when they are diagnosed with terminal diseases to save their lives. But it always makes me think about the juxtaposition between Joe Biden and President Trump. Joe Biden just goes on stage or goes before an audience and lies. He said he was raised in the Puerto Rican community in Delaware, when I think Kayleigh McEnany just said there were like less than 500 Puerto Rican people in Delaware at the time. He said he was part of the civil rights movement. He said he was raised in the synagogues. And he should be called Bidenstein. By the way, as a Jew, that is so freaking offensive. He just gets on stage and tries to be, I'm Joe, every guy, I connect with everyone. Meanwhile, he's a liar and connects with no one. Didn't he also like drive a truck and try out for professional football leagues or something? He's such a liar. But President Trump finds a genuine connection with almost every single person he has an interaction. And it just shows you honesty versus dishonesty, empathy versus arrogance. And you see it time and time again. And this is another touching story with President Trump. And it just shows you how much of a fraud and a liar and a piece of crap Joe Biden is.